share this game with somebody else. We would love for our folks at home that can't make it all the way up to Ackworth, Georgia. We're at Kenworth Stadium, I almost said Coliseum, Kenworth Complex, getting ready to start the first game. And the weather, it's Georgia, has been crazy. The downpour yesterday. I don't know if you're Braves fans, but it postponed the game about 2 hours if you were watching the game last night. And we felt it. It felt like a monsoon. It really did. Rained for a solid, probably hour and a half. Storms everywhere. Flooded 75 from what I hear. And so the fields were in disrepair this morning. We were supposed to be playing at, I think it was 9 o'clock this morning. And they kept pushing it back. They pushed it back to 11, 11:30, said maybe by 12. Well, the game time is 1 o'clock, and it looks like it's going to happen because people are on the field taking ground balls, doing everything they can to get warmed up. So it looks like I haven't seen. Let me look at the schedule. I got a schedule right here. Might as well keep it open. We are the away team, so we'll be batting up first. And starting us off is going to be Sadie Sorrow, just smacking that tater. She's been our catcher, played a couple other positions, primarily catcher. So she's going to be batting first. Lila Beth. I can't remember where Lila's been playing. She's played a few different places too, but she's gonna be batting two. Bailey Troop, she has had a couple of big bombs these past few tournaments, so she's gonna be in the third spot. Landry Cook plays at first base and outfield. She's had some pretty good hits these last few tournaments as well. We got Addie Martin batting at the five spot, and she's had a great turn. I mean, all these girls have shown up at different spots, and some of them have been showing up for a while. Harper Dellinger, she's going to be batting at the sixth spot. She's had some big smacks. She got a sister at 8U that plays with one of my daughters, so can't wait to watch the Dellinger sisters play this weekend. Liza Whitaker, which I believe she's going to be pitching today. She's going to be batting at the seventh spot, the lefty. J.C. Cook, she's going to be batting number 8, and she's played a couple of different positions as well, short and outfield. And Aubrey Happel, she's going to be batting at the ninth spot. She's had a good good few tournaments as well. Carolina Tucker at the 10th. She's pitched a little bit, played a few other different positions. She's had a good bat. And then at the 11th spot is going to be Kendall Vandersea, and she's had a couple of. I know one time she showed up big with bases loaded in our last tournament game, and she's had a couple of hits like that have just been great. So that's the lineup right there. And this is game number 1 of our World Series tournament. This is a pool play. The weather has just been awful the last 24 hours, but it's sunny right now and it's warming up and the field's starting to get better. And so what we're going to have is we're going to end up playing this game. And then they moved our earlier game to 9 a.m. tomorrow. So we're not even going to be done with pool play. It may be a long day for us tomorrow. But hopefully we just keep winning, make it easy. The more you win, the easier your path is. And it starts with game number 1 against Landrum here. So do me a favor, share this on social media. Tell people the World Series is on. And our 10U Gold team is up first. Our 10U Maroon team will be playing later tonight. Everything got pushed back, so I think they started about 5 o'clock. And that's if there isn't any other delays. So they could be playing late tonight. They got 2 games later tonight. I believe our 8U girls play at 5 o'clock as well. I need to look at the updated schedule, but I believe that's what they said is their games got pushed back as well. They should be able to play 2 games if weather permits, if there isn't too much delay. So thank you guys for tuning in. And we are about 2 minutes from game time. The umpires are standing out there, as you can see. If you hear any problems, if my audio is going in and out, if something's going in and out, feel free to let somebody know. I'll even give you my number and you can text me. It's area code 734-502-9423. So go ahead and text me. If there's some sort of problem, I'll try to get it fixed immediately. Sometimes I don't know if the broadcast goes out. If my audio goes out, you can go ahead and tell me that. But hopefully we won't have any problems here as we begin game 1 of the World Series. This is game 1 of all the games. And again, it was supposed to start at 9 o'clock. So some of you are wondering, like, shouldn't you be halfway through the day by now? And yeah, we should have been. But that storm yesterday just soaked the field. I mean, it was in bad shape this morning. But it looks like they're getting it under control. We'll see how it looks in just about another 2 minutes. when they start putting the ball in play, we'll know how it works. And when they start running these bases, we'll see maybe like running in sand. And my boy Neil Whitaker's in the house. What's up, Neil? He was smacking that tater this year at the 8U level. His sister Liza is going to be pitching today. Coach Josh is up there right now. And as always, we cannot thank our coaches enough. Love the fact that Coach Josh and Coach Amanda and Coach Dan have put so much work into these girls. And really, with my daughter playing, you can see the difference in each of the girls. They've gotten better throughout this All-Star season, starting in late May and now culminating here in late June, and just a month of work, and big differences have been made. And so we're grateful for Josh, Amanda, and Dan. And it's time to get started. Again, share this game if you can. I want more people to be able to see what's going on. There's going to be a lot of people that may be sitting around. It's too hot to go outside, and they want to watch something. Why not watch some World Series 10U All-Star softball? The goal is for Perry to have an all-Perry World Series. We wouldn't want anything more than that. That would be a great way to end the season. And this is game number 1. All right, our girls actually are the home team. I thought they were the away team. I guess I read it wrong. All right, so we don't have to bat it first. They're taking the field right now. And it's exciting right now. The fans have been sitting here for the last 3 hours, so they're ready to play. The girls have been sitting here for the last 3 hours as well. As you can see, Sadie's staring at the camera right there. She gets out of the way. Sadie behind home plate. She's hoping to throw some runners out today. Maybe she won't get that chance if we don't get any runners on base. That's ideal. That's the way she'd like it. But if they get on base, she would love to throw them out. Sadie's going to be our leadoff batter today. People warming up. Looks like Lila Bess at third right now, and Bailey's at second. Landry Cook at first. Liza right now is pitching, I believe. JC at short. It's hard for me to tell that from here, but JC's at short, and then the rest of them are in the outfield. I'm not going to be able to tell. So, all right, here we go. They're trying to set the clock, and it looks like it goes in 30-minute intervals. So she's trying to put it at hour and 15. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do it. But he's going to try to get a hold of them. You can't see the scoreboard, so I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Let's see what they do here. Ah, there it goes. They're fixing it up. Once again, Liza Whitaker, the lefty, hopefully bringing the thunder today. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're about to start the game. The Landrum Allstars coming up to bat first against the Perry Gold All-Stars. This is 10U softball at its finest, and it's World Series time. There's no more tournament after this one. The season ends, and girls either go into other sports or go into fall ball. So they want to end on a big note. Seems like this season's gone on forever. With Perry starting softball in February, and we're in late June, still playing. They wouldn't want it any other way. Nothing like ending the season in the All Stars. Well, here we go. We are at the top of the first. Nobody on, nobody out. About to get the first pitch of the game. Once again, please share this game on your social media. Tell people to come watch the game. Let us know if you have any other problems. Of course, if you can't hear me, you probably can't hear that, but hopefully you guys are hearing me loud and clear. All right, here we go. First pitch of the game. First base coach running to his spot, and we're ready to go. No on, no out. First pitch of the game. Top of the first. Got a foul ball. Count is 0-1. Eliza Whitaker on the mound. Leadoff hitter for Landrum up first. The lefty. Lefty versus lefty right here. Ball's a little high. Count is 1-1. No outs, nobody on. Top of the first. First batter up to bat. So we got a 0-0 tie right now. I guess they're checking the ball. It is quite muddy out here, folks. It may not look like it from the view, but it was pretty much underwater when we got here this morning, so they had to wait a few hours to try to dry it out. And it's definitely warm. The count is 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter. This is the leadoff batter in the top of the first for Landrum, the Landrum Allstars. All right, here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And Liza Whitaker with the strikeout. So that's 1 down. Nobody on. Top of the first. 0-0 so far. Perry is not yet batted, so we bat at the bottom. 4 pitches it took to get Liza a strikeout. Let's see what she does here. A little bit low. It's going to be ball 1. Liza trying to get her chase it on the outside corner. Just about got the corner. It was a little low, I think, though. All right, the count right now. 2-0 to the batter, 1 out. Nobody on. Top of the first for Landrum. Ball's getting pretty muddy right now. They're trying to clean it up for her. It may be that way all game. It is, like I said, it's pretty muddy out there. So that ball's got probably a lot of mud sticking to it. Counts 2-0, 1 out. Great pitch. 2-1 is the count, 1 out. Eliza striking out the leadoff batter for Landrum. Here comes pitch. Heads up. All right, two pitches, 2 strikes. The count is now 2-2. Here comes the pitch. Little low, trying to get her to chase the low one. That was a good pitch with a 2-2. So now we're at a full count. Great pitch. And it's just going to drop in between the second base and the outfielder. So great hit right there. Liza put it right where she needed to put it, and the girl hit it. So now we got a runner at first, 1 out. Top of the first. The score is 0-0. Liza gives up the first hit of the game. Great pitch. They're going to challenge Sadie. Good throw by Sadie, but that runner's pretty fast. So they move the runner to second. We'll see if they try to challenge Sadie again, but right now it's 0-1 is the count. So they're aggressive base runners, but it's good that we got Sadie behind the home plate because she's not afraid to throw that that rock where it needs to go. Counts 1-1 right now. One out. Runner at second. He's going to go. And safe. It was in the ground, so she didn't quite get it cleanly. Otherwise, that would have been right on. So runner at third. Runner in scoring position for Landrum with one out. The count is 2-1 on the batter. It's a line drive. And I doubled her up. And that's going to end the inning on a double play. They strand the runner at third. Yeah, they strand the runner at third. And on the double play. So the count right now is 0-0. What a great, great double play to end that inning. And now it's our turn to come up. Great pitching by Liza. Great defense. Oh, you're all right. You're all right. Interrupt me. Because I gotta make sure I'm not saying the wrong thing. I love that I got a committee of people right around me helping me out, making sure I'm watching the same game. But right now we're at the bottom of the first, and we are going to have our catcher, Sadie Saro, is going to be coming up. Cannot wait to see what we can do right here. It's going to be our lineup right now. It's going to be Sadie first, Lila second, Bailey third, and Landry fourth. We would love to get much further than that, but after that, at fifth, it's going to be Addie. At sixth, Harper. At seventh, it's going to be Liza, the pitcher. At eight, it's going to be JC. At nine, it's going to be Aubrey. At 10, Carolina. At 11, it's going to be Kendall. That's like murder's row right there, baby. They're going to smack that tater. I got a feeling today. We'll see what this pitcher's got. And hopefully our girl's got a little bit more for her than what she bargained for. Once again, we end the first half of this inning on a double play. Runner at third with one out, looking like Landrum may have a chance to score, and that double play ended the inning. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the first. It is Perry's turn for their first at bat. Sadie's up. Sadie has been on quite the tear lately. Hits great line drives. Let's see what she can continue that streak right now. And here comes the pitch. A little bit high in that first one. Once again, we're at the bottom of the first. Perry held Landrum to no runs in that top of the first, and now it's our turn. The count is 1-0 to Sadie. She's our leadoff batter. Nobody on, nobody out. So watches that one, and that's going to be called for a strike. So it's 1-1. Here's the pitch to Sadie. Watches that one wise, and it looked like she was tempted by it. Didn't swing at it. The count is 2-1. Swings at it high, a little higher than she probably should have, but that's all right. He's aggressive. That's what we want. The count right now is 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Sadie leading us off. So we're going to a full count. There's nothing more that Sadie would love than to see a pitch that she can drive, and she can drive it. So let's see what she does right here. Full count. Here comes the pitch. And he gets it by her. That's going to be out number one. And that's going to bring up Lila Beth. Lila Beth coming with one out. The score right now is 0-0. Lila Beth playing third base today. She holds back on that one, and the count is 1-0. Bailey, the second baseman's on deck right now. Great pitch. Just couldn't quite catch up to it. So right now the count is 1-1 for Lila Beth. Got her swinging, so that's going to be a 1-2. All right, the count right now is 1-2, one out. Score right now is 0-0, bottom of the first. Harry up to bat. Lila Beth. And here's the pitch. All right, now the count is 2-2. She'll be swinging if it's close. I promise you that. All right, here we go. 2-2 to Lila Beth. Here's the pitch. Holds off. We got you another full count now. If it's close, she's got to be swinging. Let's see what she does here. Lila Beth's got the ability to smack that tater. Let's see if she can do it right here. And here's the full count pitch. One out, nobody on. Bottom of the first. Right on the corner. And that's going to be it. Out number two. This girl had our number so far with 2 strikeouts. We're going to see if Bailey can end that. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a 2-out rally every day in America. And I'm hoping Bailey can start that 2-out rally right here. Let's see what she's got. Wow, she was right on it. This girl's getting the ball by us so far. So 1 strike to Bailey, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the first, 0-0 right now. Ball is high. It counts 1-1. And later today, we've got our 8U softball playing. I saw our star third baseman walk by. All right, it's 1-1 is the count. 2 outs, nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the first. Boy, Bailey is right on it. I don't know how she's missing that ball, but that's strike number 2. Let's see what she can do right here. This pitcher's been good so far. Well, that's going to be 3 strikeouts. She strikes out the side. So we got a good pitcher in front of us. But we got a great pitcher as well. So at the end of 1, Landrum 0, and our 10U Gold All-Star Team 0. Once again, if you don't mind, share this game on your social media. Tell people the World Series is on. This is pool play. So this is game number 1. Had some storms come through last night that really hurt the ability for us to start. The field was in bad shape this morning. But right now, it doesn't look too bad. Of course, we haven't put very many in play so far. So last inning ended on a double play where we doubled up the girl at third base. So hopefully we can get Liza working here. Get a few more strikeouts. She struck out one, and then they had the double play on the line drive for the other two outs. Watching the ball get thrown around. That ball dies quick on that dirt. So it's all chopped up. All right, here we go. Liza Whitaker on the mound to start the top of the second. Right now it is 0-0. The girls striking out the side against us last inning. Last inning they got a one hit, I believe, on four batters, one strikeout. So now they got another lefty, a lot of lefties on this team. So it's lefty on lefty. Top of the second, no outs, nobody on, 0-0 right now. It's a score. And Steve puts one way up there. And the catch is made, I believe it was Kendall Vandersea, center field. That could have been a disaster right there. She took it away, which is great. So that's one out. Batter number two this inning. Pitch is a little high. 1-0, one out. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the top of the second. The score right now is 0-0. Count is 2-0. Great pitch. Put it right where it needed to be. All right, here we go. Count is 2-1. One out, nobody on. We're at the top of the second. The score is 0-0. Here comes Liza. All right, the count now is 3-1. This pitch. Nice pitch. We got a full count now. Girl thought she had struck out. Back up here. Let's see what Liza's got on this next pitch. Stays alive. Heads up. Lots of, here's a pitch. And gets her to swing at the high pitch. That's going to be out number two and strikeout number two for Liza this game. Again, we're at the top of the second. The score is 0-0, two outs. Nobody on. Great first pitch by Liza. Strike number one. This may end up being a pitcher's duel. We're hoping our bats wake up. So a little bit low for Liza. That's going to be count is going to be 1-1. That's a line drive. That's going to drop for a single. And boy, it is not getting out of that infield if it hits it. That thing died right like it was on the beach or something, but that's all right. Still two outs. Runner at first now for Landrum. Landrum out of South Carolina. I believe they were the state champs in South Carolina. Liza asking for a new ball, and here we go. Runner at first, 2 outs, and puts it right down the heart. Great first pitch for Liza. Right now, we're at the top of the second. Score is 0-0. Liza with the pitch. Whoa, try to hit that corner and almost did. Just a little bit low. Almost got her on it. That's going to bring the count to 1-1. Couldn't get her to swing at the high one. Now it's 2-1. Runner at first for Landrum. They're not going to test out Sadie on that run to second. So they're keeping her at first. And man, did she put that one. She hummed it right in there. Now the count is 2-2. And here we go. In the pitch. And got her on the corner. Strikeout number 3. Going to end the top half of this inning. And that's going to keep the score at 0-0 with our Harry 10U All-Stars coming up to bat. Coming up to bat this inning, it's going to be the leadoff's going to be Landry Cook, followed by Addie Martin, and then Harper Dellinger. Going to be the top 3 there. And we're hoping to get to the pitcher, Liza Whitaker. We'll see. This girl is lights out in that first inning, striking out the side. I do feel like our girls are just getting used to it. It's been a while since we've had a real tournament game. Our last tournament got canceled due to weather. So this is the first time they've really had some good live pitching. We'll see what the first baseman can do. Landry Cook. Really, everybody in this lineup can hit the ball, hit it hard. It's truly one of those lineups where people, where you could put these girls anywhere. You might want to get behind. I'd get behind. There you go. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We are at the bottom of the second. Perry's been able to shut this Landrum team out of South Carolina out the first 2 innings. Couldn't manage to hit the ball in that first inning, but we're getting warmed up. It's been a long time. We're getting warmed up. Oh, sorry. But this pitcher's good. She's got a good fastball, good movement. She's a good pitcher. All right, here we go. All right, Landry Cook up first. Addie's on deck right now. Let's see what Landry can do on her first at bat. No on, no out. Bottom of the second inning. The score is 0-0. Here comes the first pitch. Pitch number 1. Low. She takes that first pitch. Count is 1-0. Pitch number 2. Puts into play. She's running. She's running. It's going to be caught by the pitcher. He got underneath it. So that's going to be out number 1. And that's going to bring up Addie Martin. Harper is going to be is on deck right now. Let's see if Addie can get on base on the second at bat at the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 is the score. Just a little late on it, but she hit that thing hard. The count is no balls, one strike to Addie. Let's see what Addie can do right here with this one. She takes the second one. Count is 1-1. One out, nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the second is 0-0 right now. Puts it into play, and it's going to get by the shortstop. So we have got a runner on base for Harper Dellinger. Liza Whitaker is going to be on deck, the pitcher. We were telling the girls just put it in play because this field is really unpredictable right now. Addie at first, one out. Harper's up to bat. Here's the pitch. On the corner, they're going to send Addie. And Addie is there at second. All right, here we go. Runner at second. One strike to the batter. Let's see what Harper can do with this next pitch. Here's the pitch. Right on it, just missing it. All right. No balls, two strikes to Harper. See what she can do with this next pitch. Here's the pitch. It's outside. Doesn't take the bait on the outside. One ball, two strikes to Harper. Runner at second, one out. We're at the bottom of the second. Score is 0-0. Here comes the next pitch. Just a little late on that one, and that's going to be strike number 3. That's strikeout number 4 for this pitcher today. All right, Liza coming up to bat. J.C. Cook on deck. Let's see what she can do right here. The lefty's been hitting the ball very well these past few weeks. Little late on it there, too. Getting used to the speed. Let's see what she can do right here. Runner at second, 2 outs, 1 strike to Liza. Gets a piece of it, so it's going to be 0-2 to the batter. Our girls are getting the timing of this pitcher so far. They're trying to, at least. And let's see what Liza can do now that she's got this thing timed out, hopefully. 0-2 is the count. And here's the pitch. That's going to be a strikeout. And that's a third out. Throw at third doesn't matter. She was going, but that's going to end the second inning. We are in a pitcher's duel, ladies and gentlemen. No runs for either team through the first 2 innings. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. If you don't mind, share this on your social media stream. We would love for more people to be able to watch this game and cheer us on as we are in the World Series. This is game number 1 of pool play. And as always, we are so grateful to our coaching staff. Josh, Amanda, and Dan have worked so hard with this team, and we're in the World Series, ladies and gentlemen, and we are in a 0-0 tie in the third. So you can tell our coaches have done a great job getting these girls ready for this moment. And we would like nothing more than to score a few runs and beat this team. But we got to play defense right now. We got to keep them. They've hit some balls, some hard balls, and we got to keep them from scoring here. Our defense has been rock solid so far. And Liza's even got, I think, 3 strikeouts so far. So she's having a good game as well. We were supposed to play this game about 9 a.m., about 4 hours ago. This game was supposed to be played, but we had some nasty storms last night, and the field was in quite a bit of disrepair. It's looking a lot better, but if you hit that ball into that dirt past the pitcher's mound, it pretty much dies right now because it's still pretty muddy over there. So we'll see how it all goes as these girls get up the bat. Liza just intends on not letting them hit the ball, having 3 strikeouts. So hopefully she'll continue that streak. We're playing Landrum. It's a team out of South Carolina. I believe they won their state tournament in South Carolina. The Landrum Allstars out of South Carolina. So we're coming to the top of the third inning. The score is 0-0. Landrum coming up to bat. So far, the difference really in the game has been our defense. We haven't been able to really hit the ball, getting just one hit so far in 2 innings. But our defense has stepped up. They've had a few hits. We had a double play ball, and then Liza has been able to strike out some players when she needed to. She looks good so far in this in the first 2 innings of this game, and let's hope she can continue it in inning number 3. Here's Liza with the first pitch with a strike. Nobody on, nobody out. First pitch is a strike. We have a 0-0 tie in the top of the third. Landrum up to bat. 0-1 count. Here comes Liza. Puts it again right where it needs to be. She's not wasting any time. She's getting up there. If she can pitch it, she just rears back and throws it. The girl fouls it off. So a foul ball right there is going to keep the count at 0-2. Here comes Liza. And Liza, another strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Liza. That's great in 3 innings. We haven't even finished the third inning yet either. So right now, the score is 0-0. Top of the third, 1 out. Landrum up to bat. Oh, really tried to hit that corner. Umpire said it's just a bit outside for my liking, so he's going to call it a ball. And here we go. 1-0's the count. In the dirt. That's going to be a 2-0 count. All right, here we go. 2-0's the count, 1 out. Top of the third, 0-0 right now. Right down the heart. What a beautiful pitch. That's going to be a 2-1 count to the batter. Infield playing up with this dirt the way it is. They got to charge every ball. So that's going to be 3-1 to the batter. Liza with 4 strikeouts so far. Would love to add to that count. Hadn't been able to quite hit the spot with this batter right here. We'll see what she does right here. The pitch. Right down the heart. So we got a full count. Liza likes those full counts. See what she can do with this pitch right here. Full count, 1 out. Top of the third. And just a little too high. Great pitch, but just a little too high. So that's going to put a runner at first with 1 out. So they're going to pull the runner. She is the catcher. So they're going to get her ready. So we got runner at first, bottom or top of the third, 1 out. Landrum up to bat. Here's the first pitch. Great pitch down the middle. Doesn't look like they're going to try Sadie on the throw to second. But they're going to try. Oh, great throw by Sadie. It looked like JC tripped up in the mud out there. It is very hard to step around. So looks like she mistook. made a misstep in that mud, just caused her to drop that ball. But that's all right. It was a great play. It's 0-2 to the batter. Runner at second. Some swings at that third pitch, and that is going to be out number 2 and strikeout number 5 for Sadie. I'm sorry, for Liza. Now we're back to the leadoff batter. Leadoff batter struck out the first at bat, but she's going to go up there hacking away this time. I promise you. She doesn't want to do that again. 2 outs. Runner at second. 0-0 is the score. Pitch is a little high. Can't get her to chase that first one. 1-0 is the count. We are at the top of the third. 0-0 is the score. Runner at second for Landrum out of South Carolina. 2 outs. Count is 1-0. Pulls the string on that one. She was way ahead on it. So right now the count is 1-1. She hits it, and it's going to drop. So that is going to be enough to score the run. And so Landrum's on the board with a 2-out single. The score right now, Landrum 1, Perry nothing. We're in the top of the third. We got 2 outs. I believe this girl hit a hard one to Kendall on her first at bat in center field. Good throw, good throw. One of the problems with the field out there today is normally that bounce will bounce right to second. Our short is having to step forward to get to the ball because it dies so quickly. And so we're struggling with those throws because they normally will bounce one bounce and hit the glove. They're just not getting that one bounce today. Well, the count is 0-1 to the batter. Runner at second, 2 outs. She puts it straight up to JC, and it just gets over her. And that's going to move the runner to second, which is all right. We don't want that run coming in. So we got a little bit of a 2-out rally right now with this Landrum team. Runners at second and third. This batter lined out to the shortstop last at bat. That turned into a double play. We'll see if we can keep her from hitting here. So here we go. The count 0-1 to the batter. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. So he puts it straight up, and it looks like it's just going to be over the head of the outfielder. And that's 2 more runs. And the bats have awoken for Landrum here. And the score is 3-0 Landrum. The runner is at second. 2 runs scored on that last hit. This girl's got a lot of power. She hit one to the outfield at her first at bat. So we'll see what she can do on this at bat. Runner at second. 2 outs, 3-0 Landrum. Ball goes straight up. Fouled off to the third base side. See what we can do on this pitch number 2. She's a little late again. All right, count is 0-2. 2 outs, runner at second. Landrum. Bats have awoken this inning, scoring 3 runs. I think they all were at 2 outs as well. And that's going to be strikeout number 6, I believe. It's 5 or 6 for Liza. So we get out of the inning, but not before damage is done. Landrum, South Carolina scores 3 in the top of the third, and now the score is 3-0. And it's time for our ladies to wake the bats up. We haven't been able to manage but 1 hit so far, and we got the ability, that's for sure. I believe, let's see, let me look at the lineup. I can't remember who made the last out, but I'll know here in a minute when I see him come up to the plate. But it may be J.C. Cook that's coming up to bat. I can't remember if she made the last out. I believe it's going to be J.C. Cook. We'll see. All right, here we go. Still don't see a batter coming out. They're talking to the team, saying it's now or never, ladies. We got to start putting runs on the board, or it's going to be a long day. All right. It is J.C. Cook. So we're going to have J.C., Aubrey, Carolina, and hopefully Kendall, all 4 this inning. And then we'll get to the top of the lineup. So we'll get through the lineups. Normally, we're through the lineup twice by this point in the game. We just haven't been able to catch up to this pitcher quite yet. But one time through, we usually can pick it up. This team is filled with hitters. They would love nothing more than to see a juicy one come across the plate. So here we go. J.C. Cook, the shortstop. Wiki, wiki. Man, my dad was on 8 Mile. Yeah, he grew up on 8 Mile. But I'm Metro. I'm what's known as downriver. All right. Sorry, folks. I'm having a conversation with people. All right. J.C. Cook coming up, bottom of the third. Landrum, South Carolina leading Perry 3-0. They scored 3 runs last inning. We've been able to shut them out, but they've been able to shut us out. So it's our turn to score like it was their turn to score this last inning. We'll see what we can do right here. Not sure what the problem is, but they're helping out the first baseman somehow. All right, here we go. J.C. Cook up to bat. No on, no out. Bottom of the third. Watches the first pitch go by. It's 1-0. I feel like if we can put the ball in play, we'll score a lot of runs. We just haven't been able to put it in play yet. All right, here we go. And that is going to bring the count to 1-1. Once again, Landrum's up 3-0, scoring 3 runs in the top of this inning. And Perry's hoping to start something here. Great cut by J.C. Cook. The count now is 1-2. We just haven't been able to catch up to this pitcher quite yet. And she misses that third pitch, and that is going to be out number one. This pitcher has to have 6 or 7 strikeouts so far. We have just been struggling catching up to her pitches. She's been fantastic. But I think all that is going to end right here because Bree is up to bat. Let's see what Aubrey can do. One out, nobody on. Pitch is low. Wisely watches that one. Carolina Tucker is on deck. Let's see what Aubrey can do right here. Count is 1-0. Misses that next pitch. We're just struggling catching up with this pitcher so far. Only able to produce one hit. Let's see what we can do on this next pitch. Count is 1-1. Gets a piece of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Landrum up 3-0. Haven't scored 3 runs in the top half of this inning, so it had been a pitcher's duel up until that point. And right now, this girl from Landrum has had our number. Let's see what Aubrey can do on this 1-2 pitch. She smacks it. Oh, smacks it deep. That's dropping. I don't know if they'll send it to second or not. They don't. And Aubrey gets us started with 1 out. That's going to bring up Carolina. Carolina, big hitter right here. She has got a heavy bat. Let's see if she can put the ball on it. Waits for that first pitch. All right, the count is 0-1. 1 out, runner at first. Normally we send the runner from first to second, but they thought the better of it here. Let's see what they do right here with this one. She's a little late on that one, but that's all right. Count is 0-2 to Carolina. 1 out, runner at second. Perry would love to break that shutout on the scoreboard. We haven't been able to score yet. Only managing 2 hits in 3 innings, but we can get a few more runners on. We got the top of our lineup coming up. Wyatt, here's the pitch. And she misses that third one. Fortunately, drops the ball. That was a great throw by the catcher to the third baseman. Now we got a runner at third. And Kendall with a big catch in the first, or maybe it was the second inning. I think it was the second inning. Huge catch on the outfield. Kendall had a couple of big hits in the tournament prior to this. And we need her bad right now with the 2 out. Runner at third. He waits. They're sending Kendall. They're not going to catch Kendall. Kendall is fast. So now we got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Don't want to run into an out with Sadie up to bat. Can't take the bat out of Sadie's hands, that's for sure. All right, here we go. 1-0 is the count to Sadie. Runner at second. Lila Beth on deck. Let's see what Sadie can do. If she gives her a good pitch, Sadie will give it a ride. Pitch is high. And Kendall is going to score. She's going to go home. He's going to go home. Kendall being aggressive is able to score our second run. And Sadie is fast enough. I promise you, she's gonna be able to take that second base if they let her. All right, it brings up Lila Beth Bailey on deck. Now we run it. 2 big bats here to continue this 2 out rally. And like I say, here's a 2 out rally every day in America. And right now we are in the middle of it. And it is a Perry 2-out rally. Runner at first, 2 outs, 3-2. Landrum leading right now in the bottom of the third. And Sadie making it to second. So we got runner in scoring position. Sadie takes second. The count is 0-1 to Lila Beth. We would love to tie this game up this inning. Lila Beth up to bat. Sadie watching, making sure that ball doesn't get by the catcher, because if it does, she is going to be at third base. All right, it's 1-1 to Lila Beth. 2 outs, runner at second. Landrum leading 3-2 over our Perry 10U Gold All-Stars. We're in the World Series, ladies and gentlemen. Tries to sneak us a bunt in there. Now the count is 1-2. So if it's close, Lila Beth's going to be smacking that tater. Two outs, runner at second. Count is 1-2. Here's the pitch to Lila Beth. You can't catch that outside pitch, so that is going to end the inning, but not before Perry digs back into the lead. Landrup's going to go into the fourth inning with a 1-run lead, leading 3-2. Once again, please feel free to share this on your social media. Tell people we are in the World Series, game number 1. We need all the support we can get. Well, we are in the top of the fourth. Game started late. Some of you are like, aren't you supposed to be done by now? Yeah, we were supposed to play 2 games by this point in the day, but the storms yesterday changed everything, and the fields needed a little bit more time to dry out, and they've done a pretty good job at drying out. And you can see it's still quite a bit muddy when you get out to the second half of the infield, but it hasn't been too bad for us today. Landrum able to score 3 runs last inning. We had shut them out the first 2 innings, and we were able to match 2 of those 3 runs, but couldn't get that 3rd run in at second. The good news is if we can shut them out this inning, we got our 3, 4, and 5 coming up to the plate. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Last tournament of the year, known as the World Series, the tournament of the year, the one that we've been training for quite a while now. And right now we're in pool play, game number 1. Harry down 3-2 with Landrum coming up in the top of the fourth. Fortunately, we have the hammer. So even if the timer expires, we still got a chance to tie or win this game. We just got to keep them from scoring this inning. I believe this is their number 4 or 5 batter. Have made a change at catcher. Looks like Kendall has now moved to catcher. So here we get to see what we can do in this top of the fourth inning. Landrum up to bat, leading 3-2. Here's the first pitch. Just a little bit low. Great first pitch for Lila Beth. Lila Beth's really pitching a gem right now. 5 or 6 strikeouts. I lost count. She's had their number. So the count's 2-0 to this first batter. Landrum out of South Carolina. I believe they won their state championship. Let's see what they got right here. Just a bit inside. The count's 3-0. Don't want any runners and coming up to getting on base. So Liza hoping to throw a strike right here, trying to make this batter be a swinger. Here we go. That's going to be four balls in a row. We got a runner at first. All right, runner at first. No outs. Top of the fourth. Landrum leading 3-2 and up the bat. Little high, little high. Pitch number 2, runner at first. It's put into play. We're going to make the play to first. Lila Beth with the throw to first. That's going to be out number 1. That's going to move the runner to second. So Landrum's got a runner in scoring position now. One out, runner at second. Ball's a little high. One and 0 to the pitcher and to the catcher. 2-0. Here we go. 2-0. One out. Runner at first. Here's a pitch from Liza Whitaker. In the ground. That's going to move the runner to third. So they got a runner at third now. The count is 3-0. We just got one out. Here's the pitch. It's a right down the heart. Three one's a count. One out. Runner at third. Landrum leading 3-2 right now. Ball gets past her. She's going to go. She's going to go. Batter at home plate. What a big play. Kendall to Liza. Saving the run at from running to third. Those are the type of plays that save games. And we're hoping we can make them pay at the bottom half of this fourth inning. What a bang, bang play. Now we got 2 outs and a runner at first instead of a runner at third. Great pitch. We're going to keep the runner at first. The count is 0-1. We're going to send the runner. Strikeout right here. All right, here we go. The count is 0-2. All right, 1-2. Didn't get caught on that one. 2 outs, runner at first. Landrum leading your Perry 10U All-Stars, our gold team, 3-2. Oh, it was outside. Outside. Coming out. First baseman overruling. So that's going to be a strikeout, number 6 or 7 for Liza. And most importantly, we held them to another scoreless inning. And this is probably going to be it. Perry's got to score some runs here. If Perry has a big inning here, we could end the game and got our best, the best we could hope for as a 3, 4, and 5 coming up. So we couldn't be in a much better position with the beef of our lineup coming up right now. Bailey, I'm going to look at the lineup, make sure who we got coming up. It looks like it's going to be Bailey, Landry, and Addy. Bailey, Landry, and Addy coming up to bat. It's weird saying in the 4th inning how we're just getting through the second time of through our lineup. We're usually at the 3rd or 4th spot right here going through our lineup. So we're due for a barrage of hits. But this girl has been fantastic on the mound so far. Hopefully the bat's awake in here. Had a good inning last inning, scoring 2 runs. I'm going to start out with our second base and our first base position players. Both have hit the ball very well this All-Star season. This girl's she's got a little bit of fire. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably it. I'm not sure we'll get another inning. We've got to put some runs on the board. All right, Bailey coming up to bat. Nobody on, no outs. Bottom of the 4th. Landrum, South Carolina All-Stars leading Perry 3-2. And Bailey wants to get this party started this inning. Let's see what she's got. Holds off on that first pitch. Great. He does not want to get caught swinging at a high pitch. Let's see what she can do on this 1-0 pitch. If she smacks him, Bailey starts us out with a single. And that brings up the first baseman, Landry. Addie Martin's going to be on deck. Landry with a pop-up out. Last at bat in the second inning. Coach Josh is going to talk to Landry while this Landrum team kind of huddles up. They know this is it. We're more than likely not going to get another inning. All right, here we go. Landry Cook coming up to bat. Runner at first. No outs, bottom of the 4th. About 7 minutes on the game clock. So this is probably it. We could win the game here. We hope to at least tie it up. So let's see what Landry does. Bailey at first base. First pitch. Gets a piece of it. Foul ball for Landry. The count is 0-1 to Landry Cook. Bailey was going on that one, so I got a feeling she's going to be going again. It's a straight up. To able to get her, that's one of those that there's nothing you can really do as a runner. If you take off and she catches it, it's a double play. If she drops it, then you got a long way to run. And that pitcher just was able to catch up to Bailey, just barely. So that's going to be the first out. Got a runner at first. That's going to bring up Addie. Harper Dellinger on deck. I'm sure they're going to be moving the runner up. Puts it into play. Landry Cook's busting her butt. She's there. So Addie puts it into play, which brings us to runners first and second. One out. Perry needs these 2 runs. Needs at least one. So we're learning if we can put the ball in play, we're probably going to be on base. This field is still a little muddy, so it's tough to field. Runners first and second, one out. Bottom of the fourth, probably the last inning, and Perry's down by 1 run. Would love to win this game right here with Harper Dellinger. All right, here we go. Count is 0-1. Or maybe it's 1-0. I didn't notice if it was a strike or not. So it's 1-0 on the batter. Counts 1-1 to the batter, 1 out. Runners at second, first and second. Perry is down 3-2, and there's 4 minutes on the game clock. So this is pretty important. All right, Harper Dellinger up to bat with a count of 2-1. Now we got runners at second and third with 1 out. Harper can put this into play. We're going to get at least 1, maybe 2. The count now is 2-2 to Harper. Runner at third. Need this run badly. Runners at second and third, actually. Landrum leading 3-2 right now in the bottom of the fourth, which is looking like this is going to be the last at bat. We got a full count. All right, here we go. Full count, 1 out. Runners at second and third. Pitch to Harper. And we're going to send a runner who's going to score. And that's going to tie the game up. Harper moves to second. And ladies and gentlemen, if we can score this run right here, I believe that Perry will win this game. There's 2 minutes on the game clock. And they're moving the infield in because they do not want this run to score right here. It's going to bring up the pitcher, Liza Whitaker, with 1 out, second and third. J.C. Cook on deck. Great cut by Liza. The good news is we were able to tie it up, so we're gonna continue play, but we'd rather put a run on the board and just end this game outright. Let's see what Liza can do right here. Come on, Liza. Put it in play. Put it in play. They're going to send the runner home, and she's going to score. Ladies and gentlemen, that will probably right there end the game. 1 minute left. Right now, the count is 1-1. One out, runner at third. Perry now has the lead 4-3. Pitch to Liza. She couldn't quite catch up to it, a little behind it. Great pitch. Ladies and gentlemen, we're under a minute. We're in 50 seconds now. They got the seconds clock up there. So all we got to do is run this clock out. This game will be over. We're going to send the runner home, and that's going to score another run. Harper Bellinger scoring. Now it is 5-3. The count is 2-2 with 30 seconds left. And I don't think there's a chance that they're going to get another inning out of this. Right now, Perry leading 5-3 over this Landrum All-Star team out of South Carolina in this first game at the World Series. Ball's in the dirt. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the game. I'm sure he will call it as soon as this batter is done. Should be no more batters up. And I think he will call this game. That's ball game. A big 3-run inning in the bottom of the fourth. And Perry comes from behind to win the game 5-3 in this first pool play of the World Series. Perry will not, the 10U Gold team will not play again until tomorrow morning. So we get a long layoff. But what a great way to start this World Series for our 10U Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in again. If everything goes well, we'll be playing again tomorrow at 9 a.m. But we got our 8U All-Stars playing, I believe, at 5 o'clock. Our 10U Maroon All-Stars are going to be playing at 5 o'clock. So there's plenty of action that's going to be going on. And they both have 2 games still to play today. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you maybe later today and hopefully tomorrow. Once again, the final score, Perry 10U Gold 5 and Landrum South Carolina All-Stars 3.
I was about to say, I missed the scoreboard.
I don't think you're doing scoreboard. Huh? Because they're the adults that are assigned to do the scoreboard.